Destiny 2. Guardians, it's my Halloween broadcast. This is a Halloween day. In the United States, it's October 31st. This is October 31st. It's Halloween. And, it's 4:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the evening is approaching. And I thought it would be fun to talk about villains, movie villains, even let's throw in some villains of Destiny. There's definitely been a lot of villains out there. And Chad, if you're like me, I want a very memorable villain. I want a big, ugly, mean villain that I can understand. Like they have a cause and I can understand them. Now, there's not a lot of people playing in my clan list. It's me and Plump Zombie Bait. And my friends list, there's quite a few people playing. So I want to go in and just talk about these, do a few strikes. Now, I'm live. We're live in 43 different countries. Shout out to everyone in the U.S. today. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you. Shout out to everyone around the world who hangs out with my channel, who watches my videos, who comments. Comments down below. Havoc, hello. Chat is live, but if you're watching this past the live stream, leave a comment. Join my channel so you can find me in the future. I would love for us to hang out because I need friends. I need lots of friends, and I need some folks to hang out with, and you may be in that same situation. I am easy to know, easy to chat with, and I try to do some good gaming every once in a while. Havoc, you're welcome to join me, buddy. Unused, hello, hello. I want to warm up in a strike. I did one earlier, off camera. I was warming up a little bit. I've made some green tea with lemon. I got that Vanilla Blades video out. Shax loves Vanilla Blades, and Eva Levante bakes them and brings them around. The Destiny official cookbook, if you're wondering. Unused, how are you? Unused, thank you for hanging out with us last night. I need to make sure that I'm on social. I want to be social because I would love to chat about villains.
That's Rasputin, the AI warmonger.
And play the game of Destiny. Destiny is, my favorite game. Absolutely my favorite game.
It'd be a shame to lose him.
Now we're going in to see Rasputin, and we know Rasputin, he's self-sacrificed. Oh, just got home from school. I was always ready for like a little bit of a rest after school. And I always came home hungry, really, because seems like I often missed lunch. Like I would hang out with some folks and it seems like we never really made it to the cafeteria. So by the time I got home around 3:30 p.m., I was ready for lunch. Now in college, the cafeteria opened like at 4:20, something like that, and I would be right there, at 5. I would hit the cafeteria at 5 and grab my meal at the cafeteria. I don't like to see that flashing, so I'm going to do this. So I would hit the cafeteria in college, and usually I would go through the fast food line where I would have, hamburgers, hot dogs, French fries. Every once in a while, I went through, the regular line where they had things like, pork chops, meatloaf, chicken, that type of thing. Unused, I was the same way. So I definitely, evening time, I wanted something to eat when I was in high school. And at college, I did hit the cafeteria early. Oh man, I did not prepare for this. I'm on Void. What was I thinking? Get out of here, Switchblade Susie.
These sequences are incredibly complex. Plus, I'm actually not that great at math, so
Unused. Are you in high school or are you in college? Reloading, reload. I'll eventually get this thing reloaded. It will eventually reload. Reloading, reloading. Oh, you're in college? Now, do you live on campus unused or do you live off campus? My freshman year, the school that I attended required that we live on campus. You know, you had to live on campus. Woo, they're coming for me.
Got access. Let's go.
Oh, you live off campus? On campus is way too expensive. You know, back in the day, I'm gonna share this with you unused. My college tuition, I paid $500 a semester and thought it was just outrageous. You know, $500 a semester, and I thought it was outrageous.
I'm detecting comm signals deep in the vault.
I hear you. We had to live on campus freshman year.
stress call.
And then sophomore year, I moved into a place that I really, really liked. And I just enjoyed living off campus, but I was very close to campus, very close. Woo, they're all over me. Get off me. Reloading. And they got me. Where's my team? Where's my team? Switchblade Susie. Living on campus was double the cost and it was mandatory. One other person. Moonsin. Oh no. Moonsin. S-I-N. Moonsin. All right, Moonsin. We got him this time. We got him. Why am I got two of these? I need a shotgun. Give me a shotgun and give me strength. We're going to get a Moonsin. Open vent cover.
Could try to hack us through, but Rasputin might handle that.
Unused, what are you doing for Halloween tonight? What will you do for Halloween?
Bypass his systems.
But I do want to talk about villains. You know, I want to talk about villains because it's Halloween.
It worked. Maybe too well.
All right, Ghost Fox has joined. Ghost Fox. Hello, Ghost Fox. It's good to see you, buddy. I don't know Ghost Fox, but maybe the future will hold friendship for us. Maybe. Ghost Fox, can you hear me? All right, now I looked up movie villains, and I wanted to talk about like the 50 great movie villains. Some of them I know, some of them I
Someday
don't.
we'll establish communication
You're doing
with the whole
homework.
world. Speak to it. Understand it. If we are ever to reach a second golden,
Ooh, lab. I had a lab that was like on Fridays. It never ceased. It never ceased that I had those labs on Friday. Why? Why was that the way it was? I just, all my friends, a lot of them ended on Thursday and they had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, but I had to go always Friday. I was always in it on Friday. Get out of here. And never got out of the lab on time. The teacher just always wanted to hold us over. We were supposed to be out, and the teacher would be like, oh, well, wait a minute now. Let's talk about this for next week. No, let us out of here. The weekend awaits. But actually, for me, it was just work, because I did work and go to school. I worked and went to school. All right, we're moving forward. But I looked at Ranker Unused, Ranker, R-A-N-K-E-R, and looked at their top villains. Now, I think they have 100, but I want to start at like number 50. I want to, like, some of the villains, and some of these I don't know. And if I don't know the movie or, really know of the villain enough to speak confidently about it, I'll skip it. I'll just say I don't know it. But in celebration of Halloween here in the U.S., let's talk about these famous villains. Get out of here. All right, Ranker has Hades listed at number 50. And the little icon that they're showing, this looks like Hades from the Disney movie, not Hades from, the game. Because I think there was, Havoc, if you're still in chat, wasn't there a Hades just recently that might have actually been called Hades? What was the game that had Hades in it, Havoc, just recently? I know you played it and really liked it. Was it called Hades, Havoc? Was it called Hades?
Let's take it out.
But this one looks like the Disney version of Hades, and I remember thinking he was pretty spooky. He was pretty spooky. So number 50, according to the Ranker list, is Hades. Number 49, now this is confession time, and I know there's a new movie coming out, Beetlejuice. I never saw Beetlejuice. I never saw it. Reloading. I never saw Beetlejuice. I know a lot of people have seen Beetlejuice. It's considered, I guess, a classic. Is it a classic now? How old does a movie have to be considered a classic? I feel like Beetlejuice is definitely in that territory, though, of being a classic. Now, we're going to get this guy right here. I'm not even going to use my super. He's on a normal strike. This guy's pretty, the big toothy guy's, he's pretty, he's, not as tough as he can be at a higher level. Because you can come in here on the Grandmaster version and he's tough. But Beetlejuice, I don't know him. I don't know him. Sneaky Sneak, Unused. I don't know Beetlejuice. But, you know, I need to probably watch those movies. Let's get some of these out. This guy looks simple but well put together. This guy, I'm liking what you're wearing. How did I do on that? 87. I did okay. Number 48 on the ranker list is Chucky. Chucky the doll. He was rotten. Chucky was rotten. He's had a lot of movies made about him. I think there might even have been a television series about Chucky. So he was definitely a rotten, evil, vile villain. And that's, you know, that's what you need in a villain. Chucky may have even been, you know, just unloved, because he was a criminal before he became, you know, Chucky. Number 46 is the Scarecrow. And the Scarecrow, I don't know where the Scarecrow is from, and it doesn't really say where the Scarecrow is from. You know, probably the Scarecrows that I'm thinking of are from Sam and Dean Winchester, Supernatural, the Winchester brothers, which I was a huge fan of Supernatural.
Copy that. Standing
But
by.
this, I don't know what Scarecrow this is. I don't really recognize him. A master of fear and psychological manipulation. Who could it be? Chat, what Scarecrow are they talking about? I don't know. I do not know who it would be. Oh, the Batman villain? Unused? Daddy Love says it could be Batman Havoc. I'm shocked you didn't know that. Because I know that Havoc is really, you know, into Batman. More so than I would be. Although, you know, I liked the 60s Batman. I was a fan.
Heading inside now.
I was a fan. So Ranker says the Scarecrow is number 46. And I'll have to say, you know, I'll have to plead on that one that I'm just, you know, not fully aware enough to really talk about him. Skeletor is number 45. Yes to Skeletor. Now, when I could get television signals and I could catch He-Man, yeah, I watched He-Man and I liked the whole team. I went to Masters of the Universe, the theatrical release with Dolph Lundgren, way back when. So I was a fan of you know, Skeletor. I thought he was spooky. You know, I felt like he was legitimately bad. And it concerned me, you know, being a younger person when that originally came out. I don't remember what age I was, but I remember really liking He-Man if I caught it on. I enjoyed it. Confession. And a lot of people did because He-Man is still popular today. You know, there's a Netflix. There is a Netflix series that deals with He-Man. And I watched that too. So Skeletor, yes, he's a good villain. All right, I need to grab some of these orbs. I have the power. In fact, chat, you've heard me say, you know, in my live streams, I have the power. And that came from Masters of the Universe. Ugh, they're trying to get me. All right, we got them. He-Man song is elite. I have the power. But yeah, loved it. Skeletor, yes. Okay, he was number 45 on the ranker list. Number 44 is Jafar. Jafar, and I remember thinking Jafar was just rotten, you know, out to get the good guy, just out for himself. This is Disney's Jafar, but Jafar, you know, is rooted in literature before Disney, you know, made him a villain. All right, I'm shooting. Let's get some of these guys out of here. The Shrieker has to be one of Destiny's villains. The Shrieker definitely has to be one of the top villains. If you played on Titan back in the day, okay, when Titan was like a fresh place to go, you know that there were some Shriekers on Titan. Awful. The worst kind of villain. Able to take you out and just never, you couldn't get rid of them. You could not get rid of them. And we still have Shriekers today that are awful. And really, the Servitors and the Shriekers, I feel like they're cousins. I feel like the Servitors and the Shriekers, like they hang out together at the lounge. They hang out in the lounge. Okay, why? What happened? You know, for a moment I thought, well, you know, he might burn me up there. The ogres, they're another good villain. We've got, Destiny has a lot of villains. We have more than our fair share. Destiny villains, yes. There's probably books written about them. We need to rank the Destiny villains. We need to rank them. As we go through the movie villains and I play through this, let's talk about some of them. But for sure, the Shrieker's a villain. The Ogre, but you know, they're minor villains. Villains are all the same, but they are minor. Because we have some grand villains. You know, some multi-story, arc-worthy, major villains inside of Destiny. And we will talk about them. So now number 43 is Maleficent. And Maleficent, of course, has been around for a while. Oh, the champion. Oh. Raccoon Boy, it's good to see you. Soupy Sandwich. Overload. Soupy says Overload champions are the worst villains. I think Soupy, really, those villains, I think we can, all the champions need to be grouped in like their own little category. But you know, we're gonna talk about the major champions of Destiny that are on the villain side. They're not champions of good, they're champions of bad. And we will talk about them. We will talk about them. So Maleficent, you know, misunderstood. Is Maleficent really bad? I don't think so. I don't see Maleficent. She's persecuted. Maleficent is persecuted in the worst kind of way. So I'm not even going to rank Maleficent. No, you don't belong on this list, Maleficent. We need to take you off the list. You're just misunderstood. But probably a lot of the villains are misunderstood, or you know, they had bad influences. They had bad influences. Now let's move on. Boba Fett is number 42. Boba Fett's one of those, like, you know, I kind of like
There's our
Boba
tech.
Fett.
You ready?
Boba Fett. Chat, where does Boba Fett rank? Now, you know, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I don't pay for the Disney channels or any of those channels where I would have to pay to get that content, other than Netflix and Prime. I do pay for Netflix and Prime. But Boba Fett, yeah, but I like Boba Fett. I like him. Ghost Fox, thank you, buddy. Now, I really like Outbreak Perfected. I'm a fan.
Eyes up.
Moon! I'm clear, Moon. I'm clear. Watch out for the rocks. I couldn't pick up anything because I'm too busy doing finishers. All right, she's moving on. I'm moving on. Where's my portal? Where's my portal? Whee! All right, Lex Luthor is number 41 on the ranker list. Raccoon Boy, Anakin, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, the top 3 list. Luke Skywalker? Villain? Is Luke Skywalker a villain? Or just the top 3 characters for you? The top 3. I recently saw Mark Hamill in something, and of course he famously played Luke Skywalker. And I just recently saw him, and I kind of had to do a double take because of the character that he was playing. But I'm a Luke Skywalker fan. A big, big fan of Luke Skywalker. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. Running on empty. But yeah, so many good villains really in Star Wars. Like that's just, I feel like they deserve their own list of villains. Because I'm going to say something that might be controversial. Luke and Han's, or not Luke and Han, but Princess Leia and Han Solo's kid. What was his name from the recent movies? Anakin was Luke. No, Anakin was Darth. The one that Rey fell for. Kylo Ren. No, I'm not a fan of Kylo Ren. He killed his own dad. There's no coming back from that. There is absolutely no coming back. When he got Han Solo, it's like, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. Now here's a villain of, a villain, and this character had a story arc. There was a story arc for these witches. You know, they come back from the darkness. Kylo Ren, Raccoon Boy. Yeah, Kylo Ren. I'm not a fan. Kylo Ren, no. And your uncle, your father, the whole deal. Adam Driver is, that's how good he is. He played that character so well that I don't like the character. I don't like the character, Dwight. Madison, hello. Thank you for commenting on my videos, Madison. Thank you. So, Boba Fett, he deserves to be here. And I like that Boba Fett makes me want to watch. Now, Rankers number 41 is Lex Luthor. Does Lex Luthor belong here? Yeah, I think Lex Luthor does. Lex Luthor is not about superpowers. Lex Luthor is about intelligence. Oh, let me go to Space Unused, and absolutely, anybody can join. I'm on social. Let me just double check to make sure I am on social. Yeah, I'm on public. Anybody can join. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. So, Lex Luthor, definitely, a brilliant mastermind kind of villain that deserves a space in this list. Shanu is unused in chat, and thank you for joining me. If you've hung out with me, you know that Shanu was instrumental in pushing back the darkness in the Grand Masters. So thank you for joining me and hanging out. But Lex Luthor, he's smart. He doesn't get his hands dirty. Other people get their hands dirty for him. That's the type of villain he is. But all the same, as the viewer, as the reader, we know that Lex Luthor is rotten to the center. He's just rotten. Now, that brings me to Rankers number 40, Smaug. I don't think Smaug belongs here. I just don't think that he belongs in the top 40 list. No, he needs to be moved on down. Smaug, give it up. And remember, Smaug was the dragon that protected the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. He protected all the gold in the mountain. I don't think he belongs here. All right, number 39, if you're a fan of Batman, you'll know who this is. Two-Face. And I think Lex Luthor belongs way above Two-Face. Like Two-Face, you need to be moved down. You need to be moved down, buddy. You don't belong here. Unless I just missed a lot of the story. Chat, if you think Two-Face belongs at number 39, leave a comment. If you've just joined, I am Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Shout out to everyone in chat. We're going over the great villains and movies, and we're talking about villains that we encounter as we work through just some strikes. We're having just a strike day in celebration of Halloween here in the United States, and several other countries celebrate their own versions of Halloween. Oh, Raccoon Boy, Two-Face, do you think he's a 39?
I thought you and your ghost might come back.
Is Two-Face worthy of being number 39, or should he be moved higher up? Should he be moved down? Is he greater than Lex Luthor, Two-Face? Did I miss something? Raccoon Boy, update me.
Prison of Elders welcomes you. Impress your warden, yes.
Unused says my favorite comic book villains are Lex Luthor, Green Goblin, and Reverse Flash. I just played Spider-Man 2 today on another streaming service, and I had a great time because Green Goblin's son, Harry, Harry and Peter Parker had a moment, and it was like a powerful moment. Man, oh man, I was moved in the game, and if you haven't played Spider-Man 2, wow, it is creamy, smooth goodness. Spider-Man 2, and I will eventually have some of that on YouTube. I will have some of it on YouTube. Speakeasy Bob, how are you? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everyone inside of chat. If you're watching this past the live stream, this is the Halloween edition of my stream. Halloween. That's why we're talking about villains, famous villains. So, Two-Face. We had some people that said, yes, definitely he's here and deserves to be here. Now, that brings me to number 38, Annie Wilkes. And if you know who Annie Wilkes is, this is from a Stephen King novel and movie, Misery. And I'm going to say that Misery had some of the most cringy, you know, they had scenes where I just like had to turn away. I couldn't look. I mean, I was doing this in the movie theater. The pain was real. The pain was real. Brad, welcome. Happy Halloween to you, buddy. We're going over movie villains, and we're talking about Destiny villains. You know, really, we're listening to a servitor who is, you know, pretending to be Varix. And Varix, villain, good guy, misunderstood, just looking out for his people. Where do you rank Varix? Does he have a story that's yet to unfold? I wonder about it. I wonder about Varix. And you've heard me question him in the past. Varix, where do you stand? But Annie Wilkes, man, she was so awful. So awful to that author that she, you know, helped out of the snow. It was absolutely just, I was cringing in the theater. I was cringing. But is Annie epic, and does she have the staying power? Does she have the staying power? I don't know. We'll find out as the future unfolds.
Important target.
Now, here at number 37, I feel is one of the most wicked characters I've ever encountered. Number 37. Number 37 bothers me. Number 37 bothers me. It's Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter franchise. Dolores scares me. You know, she's all pink and fluffy and goodness on the outside. It's what Dolores is on the inside. Brad, all I know about Varix is the insect-like chattering. But Dolores Umbridge, man, she was frightening to me. And remember, you know, all the Harry Potter movies, I've been an adult. But I want the door open. Open door. This is where we need Ikora and magic words. All right. Well, our teammate's going to have to pull us in. Pull us in, teammate. Dolores, you deserve your spot. Just a cruel, evil, vile diplomat that the people, you know, she had all the people fooled. Oh, Shanu, come back. Come back. It opened up. And I know a lot of you know who Dolores is. Dolores, just something else about her. That wearing pink and pretending to be all good, knowing that she's following a mastermind evil. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this past the live stream. Where does Dolores rank for you from the Harry Potter series? I feel like she could have novels written about her dirty deeds. And they wrote a song, Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. Yeah, they wrote a song about Dolores. All right, number 36. I paid the price for being a wizard. Raccoon Boy says, I despise Umbridge, but the thing is, the actress was so good at her job. I know. We know it's the character. We're talking about the character, and she was really rotten. The character was rotten. The actress that played Dolores, brilliant to bring that character to life. Really, really brilliant.
They are dead. You are not.
Brad, I did. It was shocking. The guy that wrote the Deep Stone Crypt Lullaby, it was shocking. I just hate it that people, they lost their jobs. And that's not good for anyone. Nobody wants to lose a job that they love, especially when it's no fault of their own. You don't want to lose a job. I've walked out of some jobs and I've burnt some bridges, for sure. But you don't want to think about somebody losing their job at all. But that guy that wrote Deep Stone Lullaby and so much of that music, Brad, he is absolutely he's brilliant. Here we are talking about evil. The guy that wrote that music, wow, he's absolutely spectacular.
You face the final round. A mighty cabal warrior challenges.
Unused. I'll go back to space and grab you, Betty. We'll get you. I don't know what happened there. It totally malfunctioned. I don't know, Brad. I don't know. You'd think Sony would have, gobs of money. I mean, Spider-Man is a huge game right now, and they've certainly made a ton of money on the Spider-Man movies. But I don't know. I don't know. So Gollum is at number 36. We know Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I think is Gollum a real villain? Yeah, and he's at a different kind of villain. He's almost like Dolores Umbridge. Friend, I show you the way. Follow me. I'm going to be good for you. No. Gollum never had any thought other than save the ring, save myself. And he really just creeped me out. Gollum creeped me out.
An old friend is here. Judgment at hand. Cabal strategist.
Oh, absolutely, Brad. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm making a mental
And don't
note
hesitate
never
to
to
hop
piss
in
you
about
off.
your opinion on these the ranker top 50 that we're working our way through in celebration of Halloween. This has been 31 days of spooky. We're in the season in game. So definitely, sir, you look good with that costume on. This is not one of my favorite masks. Raoul. How did I do on that? 24. I was goofing off. Oh, unused. I would love to do the Grandmaster. Absolutely. I love Devil's Lair. Let's run another strike, and then we can go into one. If Brad feels up to it. I saw Brad. There he is. Raccoon Boy, I love to just, talk and chat about stuff. We've not even really got into the true supervillains of Destiny. I want to talk about those after this list. Let's do a warm up. Thank you to Brad for hanging out with me, and Shanu, thank you for hanging out with me. Let's go in and do one more warm up, and then we'll do something serious. We'll get serious on this day of Halloween. One more strike. It's Devil's Lair. It said Cosmodrome, so it would have to be, basically, well, I mean, it could be three choices. It could be Nevoda, the Devil's Lair with the big toothy grin shank. Or no, wait a minute. Devil's Lair is the servitor. And then the other one with the big toothy shank. I don't even remember what it's called, and I've been in there hundreds of times. Brad, I love Devil's Lair. I just want that bow. I want that adept bow.
Cabal intel suggests that the Cosmodrome has become a light storage facility for the Lucent Hive.
All right, we're going to warm up. One more warm up for me. It takes me a long time to warm up. I'm cold in the center.
Get down there.
I'm an Arctic blast. I got to warm up. All right, Gollum, yes. Buffalo Bill. Now, chat, some of you might be too young to know who Buffalo Bill is, but if you've ever seen Silence of the Lamb, he's the guy that had the line, "Put the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again." Buffalo Bill was, not really... Buffalo Bill wasn't truly the main villain. He was a portion of the story, but Hannibal Lecter was ultimately the villain of Silence of the Lambs. I saw Silence of the Lambs at the theater with just a group of peers that I worked with, and we all had a Sunday afternoon off. And we decided to go see Silence of the Lambs. And man, oh man, it was a terrifying show. When that house went dark and Buffalo Bill was on the loose, it was frightening. It was frightening. I am a fan of Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster, yes. She was a Disney girl. Jodie Foster will forever be a Disney princess. She will forever be a Disney princess because she worked for Disney in her youth. A thriller, yes, definitely. Now, Buffalo Bill, scary. Now here's one. I'm gonna make a confession here. Vito Corleone. I never saw any of the Godfathers. I have never seen any of them, and I need to watch them. I need to watch The Godfather 1 and 2. They're supposed to be movie magic, and I need to watch them. Now, I changed everything out right there. I mean, I did change everything out. But yeah, I'm going to someday, some cold and wintry day, I'm going to sit down and watch The Godfather 1 and 2. I will watch The Godfather 1 and 2. Although I think it was a 3-parter. Was there a Godfather Part 3? I don't even know.
with the light of our dead fire teams. Burn this place to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. Burn it down. Sunshot as a weapon, you're phenomenal. As a drink, you're not. I'm gonna remake a couple of those drinks and remake them the way I want to make them from that cookbook. Like the London Fog, I'm definitely gonna redo London Fog. I want to redo London Fog how I would like to drink it. I'm gonna go back in there. But Vito Corleone, I can't say one way or another because I don't really know anything about him because I haven't seen the movies. Next up is Commodus. Commodus, of course, is the Roman emperor that was really in Gladiator. And if you saw Gladiator, you'll know that Commodus, you know, rotten. But I don't think he deserves this spot on the list. There's too many villains that are just better. They're better than he is. So Commodus, you need to be moved on down to about number 100. Number 32 on the ranker list is Ra Al Ghul. And I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Is this Batman, chat? Is this Batman? Raz Al Ghul. Now wait a minute. Is this one of the ones where Robin? Okay, wait a minute. His wife. Somehow I know. Okay, this is telling on me. Robin or Red Robin or something didn't Batman fall for a ghoul? Am I wrong? Unused? Yeah, who did Batman fall for? Didn't he fall in love with one of them? Talia Al Ghul, maybe? Oh yeah, Unused says Talia Al Ghul. So where does this guy rank? Ra Al Ghul.
I don't know how the mindscape works, but anything wearing Sabathun's face is trouble. Run it through with the spear, Guardian.
Unused, you're not real familiar with Batman. I'm not either. Not the really detailed stuff. Which I think you really have to follow the comic books. Get out of here, aspect of Savathun. Now, Savathun, listen, Savathun is a whole nother level. I think ultimately, Guardians, Savathun will rank above the Witness. I died standing right there from a Nova bomb? You nasty aspect of Savathun. Oh. So, Ra Al Ghul, Batman. Then there's one listed as John Doe. I don't know who John Doe is. Methodical Madman. Based on the 7 deadly sins. Who is John Doe?
I think we can pack it up.
Number 30 is Jigsaw. And I will have to say, I did see the original Saw And
Yes, sir.
then I didn't want to see any of the rest of them. I've never gone to see another Saw movie. I've never watched a Saw movie on streaming after that original one. I never have. Brad is swapping for a Titan for the Grandmasters. All right, now let's take a look at this because I need to get on the correct gear. The correct gear, you've heard me say it, you need correct gear. It's overload and barrier. The surge is strand and solar. Overload and barrier. Overload is hand cannon. Barrier is auto rifle. Oh man, am I going to give up Wish Ender? Am I going to give up Wish Ender? Will I do that? That's a rough one. Overload, machine gun. I'm going to do this. Man, oh man, I always, when I come in here, I'm like, I should have stuck with Wish Ender. But here I am going without Wish Ender. The arc is the threat, so be prepared for arc. Let me go in and get this taken care of. Arc. I almost want to do a Crest of Alpha Lupe to get more orbs. Definitely more sunspot, solar abilities. That might be the way to go. Let's go in and color shade that properly. I feel like I should have something for Halloween on. Something Halloweeny. None of this stuff is really looking Halloweeny to me. I'll do this. I'll do this. I wanted to do Valkyrie Zero, but it looks more red than Halloween. Now, am I happy with this? Not really. I want double grenades. I just really like double grenades. Oh, and I've got my Spider on. Spider, I'm crazy about you, but I need always on time. Any of the main Batman villains deserve to be on the list. All right, we're going to go in. Shout out to Brad and Shanu for joining me on my Halloween celebration of villains. And we are going into a Grandmaster Nightfall. Let's go in and hopefully I can get this bow. Surge is strand and solar. And we got a arc threat. It's overload and barrier. Overload and barrier. I might not be set up the way I need to be. I might not.
This week's dropping the Warden's Law.
Swordman, Rian, hello. So Jigsaw was number 30. Freddy Krueger is number 29. Freddy deserves to be here. The original Nightmare on Elm Street terrified me. That's from my youth. Freddy Krueger, you're right. Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. If you're a fan of Batman, you know who Patrick Bateman is, the Batman movies. He played in American Psycho. And if the movie's brilliant, it's an underappreciated gem. American Psycho, shout out to the soundtrack. Shout out to Patrick Bateman, who was the character in American Psycho. Frightening. And he played so, glossy businessman from, the correct side of town. Like wealthy and well-to-do, polished, with a good suit, a good business card. Patrick Bateman, everything that, makes him kind of a Norman Bates quality.
You can skip that overload. So does Platinum.
We do need to get this one, or we don't?
You can skip it.
Oh, Raccoon Boy, you know who Patrick Bateman is? His business cards were watermarked. That's how insane he was. His business cards were watermarked. Now, I really like this Nightfall Devil's Lair. This is such a good one. Woo, who's trying to get me? The witch, of course. The vile witch. These curvy bullets. It's curvy bullets. Every time I turn around, these fallen are whacking out some curvy bullets. Woo! Everybody knows the program. 123, I'm ready. Bullets in the chamber for Rufus Fury. That sniper up there, he's like my number one. Gotta get him gone.
So making Cape's overload so I'm just super at. Woo, sniper. Where do the Fallen rank? Are they like probably the third? I think the Hive are probably the greatest difficulty we've ever faced until the Vex decide to play serious.
And we know the Vex, they're going to be a really rough, when they decide to go out and start sending in the tough ones, we're going to have some problems with the Vex. But the Fallen, where do they rank currently? As of today, where do they rank? Number 3?
Guardian down.
Why am I not getting that guy? All right, we're running. We're running. Patrick Bateman, yes. And then Davy Jones at number 27. Pirates of the Caribbean, Davy Jones. I don't know. Does Davy Jones belong here?
Guardian down.
Probably not. Probably, I would say Davy Jones is a no. Now, this is where you really need a distance weapon. This is where Wish Ender comes into play. Something with a lot of range. Now, the little snipers here are what we have to be concerned about. And you saw that sniper shooting at me through that tiny little hole. And the molasses bombs, one of my biggest irritants in the game, right next to a witch. And all these guys drop a molasses bomb. I mean, they slow you down. They make you draggy. Oh, like that right there. They set you up, they slow you, and then it's hard to stay alive. Woo! Switchblade Susie wanted me. She wanted me gone. I fell for that. I fell for it. Oh, he got me. I shouldn't have gone there. I thought I could get him. I felt like he was stunned. You should have been stunned. Thank you, thank you. I felt like he should have been stunned. Oh. Alright, we're moving into this. I want one weapon, the adept bow. One weapon, the adept bow. It's what I need.
Isn't dropping this week.
Oh, is it not dropping, Brad? You know, I saw so
It'll
much
be next week.
misinformation about it. Is it the old hand cannon?
Yeah, it is.
Now, chat, Brad has just informed me that indeed it's the old hand cannon. Get out of here, baby servitor. Now, this was Sepic's Prime at some point, or Sepic's, the Siva version. There was a Siva version of this monster. Sepic's Perfected. Maybe it was Sepic's Perfected.
Yeah, it was.
And I did just go back through... I did just go back through these legendary versions of these strikes just recently. There's a video up on my channel, and I had a ton of fun. This is from D1. Pull it forward from D1. So Davy Jones. Oh, and here's another one at 26. Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix. Now, these monsters get right in your face. They get right in your face. Thank you, Brad. Brad's getting in their face. He's showing them what the light can do. Come on, Sunshot. That grenade, I feel like, should have taken him on out. Yes, double exotics and Warden's Law. Warden's Law. And I've got several of those in the vault, and I've deleted several of those. So I'm going to have to wait probably another week on my bow. Davy Jones, a definite yes. Bellatrix Lestrange. I will never really get over when Bellatrix took out Dobby. because Dobby, yes, I was a big fan of Dobby. Brad was 150, Shanu was 125, Ransom, that's me, 67, do better, do better. All right, now that was a lot of fun. I will say that I do really enjoy this Grandmaster version. It's probably one of the more fun Grandmasters this season. Okay, Beyond, let's run to the tower real quick. And Brad, Shanu, if you guys want to do that again, let's run through it one more time. Let's run through it one more time for fun. Next up at number 25 is Saruman from Lord of the Rings. Saruman, deceived by the power of the big eyeball, right? The big eyeball, Saruman. Number 24 is someone that I feel like should be a little bit higher on this list. Jason Voorhees. And, of course, Jason Voorhees, we all know from Friday the 13th and all those Friday the 13th movies. But Jason the Voorhees didn't have the practiced intelligence. He was really just a slasher, just, you know, walked slow, but somehow none of our people in the movie could escape him, even though he kind of walked slow. We never saw him break out into a run. Jason Voorhees deserves to be on the list, but not this high up. Number 23 is not really a typical villain, but the Predator from the Predator movies. And I will say I'm a huge fan of Predator 1 and 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger was not in Predator 2, but I still really liked it. You know, I was a fan. Not enough space. Okay, let me go clear those out. I was still a fan of what he did, what the producers did with number 2. It was set in the big city, but this guy, Predator, he's scary. He's frightening. You know, and the other one that comes to mind, because they have had movie mashups, is Predator, when the Predator and the aliens mixed up. You know, they went after each other, and it was really a lot of fun. It never lived up to what I wanted it to be, but 2 really fantastic movie villains. Now, number 22 is Magneto. I'm a fan of Magneto. There's times where you love him. There's times where you hate him. Magneto, yes, from the Marvel comics. And really, I'm a big fan of Magneto. Because there have been times where I was rooting for him. Like, yes, you know, he's doing what needs to be done. And then there were other times like, you know, you're so mistaken. Leave Charles Xavier alone. Leave Charles Xavier alone. I need a better Aramite, and I don't think this is it. Offhand Strike and Controlled Burst. I'm going to give that a big delete. I don't even want to look at these because some of these can be made, and I just don't have any room. You know, my vault's at $5.99, so there is no room for any of this stuff. I will take another exotic because I'm one of those folks who loves to open up a big bunch of exotics. Now, I need one more exotic to fill that up, and then I love to open them all up together in the hopes that I will get something really good. This Warden's Law Adept is 4th times the charm with Rampage. This One-Eyed Mask is a 66. That would be, what, an 88 if I masterworked it. I'd have to check it against all the ones I have in the vault. And I know the ones in the vault are probably masterworked because when Double Loot comes around, I always like to collect and hoard anything that I need. So I have masterworked a lot because you used to run out of room so early. You know, I've got 21 Ascendant Shards now. And there was a time, Guardians, you couldn't hold that many. So I want to swap up and go back in, and I want to run Berserker. I'm definitely going to run that. Wish Ender, man, I love Wish Ender, but I think I want to do something different here. Hand cannon, machine gun, auto barrier, auto rifle. You know what I'm going to do, Guardians? I'm really going to go in. I haven't used Necrochasm at all since I completed the Catalyst. I have not shot one bullet with this thing, and I boo-hooed about Necrochasm nonstop, hand cannon and machine gun. Do I want to do this? I feel like now I need to switch my machine gun. I'm not a huge fan of the Swarm Adept, even though this is Feeding Frenzy and Target Lock. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do like Circular Logic. I'm going to pop that in. And this is going to be my loadout. I'm staying with Double Grenade. I want to go with Shackle Grenade. So we're going back in because, as you Guardians saw, I'm hanging out with a team, a monster team, a monster bunch of goodness. These Guardians are showing us what the light can do. Let's go back in. So, Magneto, yes. Darth Maul, I don't know anything about Darth Maul. I have not seen him in action. I'm telling on myself, but it's because I don't, have regular TV and I don't subscribe to Disney. But Darth Maul, number 21. Leave a comment down below. Does he belong there? Number 20, Jack Torrance, and this is from The Shining, another Stephen King villain in the list. And I think when we all think of Jack Torrance, we think of Jack Nicholson. Creepy, that Here's Johnny, where he was taking an axe to the door. That movie perfectly cast. Red Room. Loved it. Jack Torrance, yes. Lord Voldemort, don't say his name out loud. Yeah, he deserves to be here. We've got quite a few villains on the list from Harry Potter. Someday I'm going to, really rewatch those because I haven't seen those since they were released at the theater. So it definitely has been a while. Now, am I going to like Necrochasm as much as I had hoped with all the Oversouls collected? You saw us do Crota's End last night. We did have the boss checkpoint. And I like Crota's End. I like it a lot. I think my favorite raid is probably still... it's still going to be... really Vow of the Disciple, but Crota's End, it's right there. I think because you just have to do oh man, what was that? A Thrall melee? That nasty little Thrall melee? I'm a Titan and he took me down. Now remember, the Thrall can grow up to be ogres, witches, knights. They can really grow up to be just any of the hive. When you see a Thrall, realize that the future that it holds is everything rotten. Everything wrong with the hive is right there in front of you in a Thrall. Wow, I don't know. I really liked Sunshot. I liked it a lot. Is this the right build for me? I don't know. I could have probably used a Bant Leap. Where are they? Where are they?
Tower. Guardian down.
Woo! No, he snuck up behind me. Ah, a little shank. Turret got me. Shank. Shank. Thank you, Shanu. Thank you.
Guardian down.
Again, they're all over the place. He's just bebopping. He's hopping. He's lunging back and forth. Two down, two down. Oh man, I can't see with this trap with the bomb. Ah! Oh God. Oh, molasses bombs, worst enemy. They're awful. They're horrible. Again, shrapnel launcher. I'm behind this. I'm behind it. I've got a super. I'm going to get these guys. Man, oh man, I do not remember as many of those. Woo, I can breathe. I can breathe. All right, Lord Voldemort. Yes, he deserves to be here. A master manipulator. Rarely got his hands dirty, but when he did, you know, Harry Potter showed him what for, how to, and when. Yes to Harry Potter. All right, we made quick work of that. Oh man, but I was really just awful before. Awful.
Guardian Guardian down.
Woo! I see him shooting at me. It's a sniper.
Guardian down.
I'm afraid to poke my head out. Switchblade Susie.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Woo! All right, Agent Smith at number 18. Agent Smith, you know, there is no spoon. There is no spoon. The Matrix, the first Matrix, I still love today. It was absolutely phenomenal. 2 Guardians down. You know, I changed up. I changed up my weaponry. And maybe I should not have. Maybe I should not have. Look at all those molasses bombs. Queen of Metal, hello, hello. If my eyes are bulging and my mouth is open, I'm focusing. I'm using my focus. Yay! I'm running. I'm running. Woo-wee. Look at all of them. Chat, they're vicious. They're monsters. That's all you can say about them. Just monsters. I should have used my super. I should have used my super. Definitely, I did better with solar. I did so much better with solar. 50. Shanu 154, Brad 165. You guys were absolutely awesome. You were so awesome. All right, let's get back to orbit. Back to orbit. Thank you, Vanguards. All right, now as we're going back to orbit, Agent Smith, yes. Anton Chigurh, No Place for Old Men or something like that, number 17. He was spooky, scary. But he's only had one movie, but he was really a spooky, scary, frightening one. He was frightening. Now I want to change weapons because I was not really happy with that. Let's go Fatebringer. What do I want to do here? I feel like I wanted to do something else. I liked Retrofit Escapade. You know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and then go, can I do shotgun? That gives me overload, but then I don't have any barrier, which I need auto rifle. So it's still going to be Rufus Fury. Guys, I'm for going back three. Let's do 3 of them. Let's do 3 of them. Let's go back in. Now, do I want to stay with... I'm going to go back solar. I want to go back to solar. Let's go back. Vanguard. This will be the 3rd one, our 3rd Grandmaster. But ultimately, I have one weapon that I want from the Grandmasters, and that's that Adept Bow. I want the Adept Bow. So Anton for No Country for Old Men, something like that, yeah. Terminator, number 16, Arnold, yes, he was phenomenal as the Terminator. Number 15, the T-1000 from a Terminator. Didn't have the presence that Arnold did as a Terminator, but the T-1000 was certainly spooky.
We must destroy this.
Now, Bane is number 14 for you Batman fans. Bane, does he deserve to be number 14? Number 13 is the Xenomorph from Alien. Yeah, the Xenomorph from Alien and Aliens 1 and 2. I want them recut into one big movie, put them all together. Add that scene back in where Sigourney Weaver, Ripley, talks about the fact that her daughter died. Let's start over. They got me. Let's restart. I tripped up on something there on the ground. I hit a rock. I stumbled on a rock. But it's too hard to try to get back out there to get me. Let's restart. But Alien 1 and Alien 2, Alien 2 has one of the best movie lines ever in a movie. It's get away from her, you, and I'm not going to say the rest of it because I know I have underaged viewers around the world. But definitely, Sigourney Weaver, you're a hero. Ripley, the part you played, absolutely. Newt from the second Alien movie. Newt, you were phenomenal. They come at night, mostly. Yes. We all remember the line, Newt, because you said it with realism and passion. And yeah, the Xenomorph deserves to be number 13, maybe even higher, because the Xenomorph adapts. You know, whoever gives birth to that little monster, it pulls from the traits, you know, of the donor. The donor.
We must destroy this machine gun.
All right, now Hans Gruber is from Die Hard, number 12. I'd have to go back and watch that. I've not seen that in probably, well, a very long time. Years. I've not seen Die Hard. Number 10, Hans Lada. I think that's one of those Nazi movies. And yeah, I'm going to say that I definitely remember him being so absolutely terrifying. The level of tension in that movie that he created, because you knew he was going to do something rotten. You just knew it. And it was spooky. It was downright spooky. Now, I barely brushed that. I don't feel like that should have, like, slowed me down. But it did. I was slowed. Now, this is supposed to be, you know, overload, but I'm not seeing it fluoresce. I wonder if that's because it's just, you know, inherently overload. Everything hit the barrel. Everything hit the barrel.
Guardian down.
Woo, who got me right there? You know, it's normally those snipers up there. You really got to watch out for the old snipers. Guardians, I'm one of those folks. I love to litter the battlefield with a lot of bullets. You know, I want a slew of bullets. Word of the day, slew. She got me back here. I should have used my super. They're coming behind you, Shanu. They're behind you. Guardian down. Guardian down. That was my fault. You know, I rammed my hammer right up on that little shank that it promptly exploded on me. And then you can't get out of this mess. You can't get out of this mess. I couldn't resist punching him in the face. Look at all of them. Now I need my hammer. Get him, Brad. Get him. Show him what the light can do. Kapow! Right in his face. Switchblade Susie in front of you. Woo-wee. Chat, I normally save my super for right there when that bunch of knights pops up on me. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Now here we know this is the third. This is the bunch snipers. That next group of snipers. The walker is incoming. Those curvy bullets. You know, no matter what weapons we get, it always seems like the enemy, you know, manages to have something that's really just outshooting us. And I want to get that big bunch of snipers. Rehealing. This is where Wish Ender comes in so handy, just so handy.
Guardian down.
Yeah. Now remember, ultimately, you know, if you stand still a lot in Destiny, you're going to be done for. DED done for. Oh man, did he get me from behind? Shot grenade from a dreg. It's the little ones. It's the little ones that are getting me. He's behind you, Brad. He's behind you. I'm going to let that weapon fluoresce if it needs to, because I feel like that's what it needs to do, fluoresce. Meaning that, you know, my overload has activated. Form of an ice cube. Oh, Mayhem is in town? Speakeasy Bob says Mayhem is in town? Chat, I absolutely love Mayhem. Woo-wee. Wow, the exotics. I mean, it's like a tree of ornaments and it's filled with exotics. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Speakeasy Bob, thank you for the update. All right, now we're on the top 11. The top 11. I want to give a big shout out to my team here. Let's go. Let's get the top 11. Before we leave, before I break for dinner, I want to do the top 11 because I feel like it's worth it. It's worth it. This is a Halloween broadcast. Did I do any better? I got 9 more that time. Shanu 162, Brad 135. You guys were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. It's my Halloween broadcast. Now let's go back and let's finish up the top list of villains according to Ranker. This is according to Ranker, and you can vote on these. You know, you can vote for them to be higher up, lower down. You know, it's definitely worth voting for these. You know, I think I'm going to go in with Void and maybe try to put some Void shields down. I want to put some Void shields down. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to stick with what I've got because I kind of like it. Although, you know, I would like to maybe do something otherwise, but I'm still okay with this, even if it's Void. Let's do one more, and then we're going to do the top 11. Number 11 is Michael Myers. Michael Myers is from my number 1 all-time favorite Halloween movie, Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, Halloween 1, Halloween 2, make it one big movie. One big movie on a movie night, lots of popcorn, a good beverage. Michael Myers, yeah, you're spooky, you're scary. A little bit of trivia about Michael Myers. The original mask that he wore in Halloween 1, they bought it at a costume shop. It was William Shatner, and they just made the eye holes bigger. And if you go back and watch that movie, you will see that it's William Shatner's, it's Captain Kirk It is Captain Kirk. When you look at it, you'll see it. Michael Myers, yes. I think you deserve to be a little bit higher on that. Hans Lada, I mentioned earlier. Scar from the Disney movie. Scar, horrible, horrible. I just think about those Disney movies and all these villainous characters that they have. Scar was in The Lion King and absolutely villainous. I watched back the live action Lion King, maybe a year or 2 years ago, and Scar is something else. Just betrayed everybody. He betrayed everyone and wasn't really concerned about it. You know, he just wanted a land that he could call his own, rotten. And he teamed up with the hyenas. Now, I'm going to use this and hopefully, just give an overshield.
Guardian, down.
Let's get this old resilient captain. Get out of here, old resilient thing, you. Ooh, I can breathe. I can breathe. Now, have I learned my lesson? Will I stay here and wait for the whole big crowd to come out? We'll find out. We'll find out. Reloading, reloading.
Guardian, down.
Retrofit escapade. Yes. Yes, please. More of this. More of this. Oh, same spot. I was in the air. Stay out of the air. You got to stay out of the air. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. I see you, Switchblade Susie. All right, so Scar. Number 8 is Loki. You know, number 9 was Scar. Number 8 is Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But Loki's been a villain for a very long time in literature. A very long time. Loki. The slowdown of that grenade. But Loki, Loki's one of those love to hate him. Does he really, is he really a fan? Does he love his brother, Thor? Does Loki love Thor? I think he does. I think he does. But now remember, here again, I have not watched any of the recent recent Disney releases. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me over in the line of fire. Woo! My shield did not last long. It did not last long. So Loki, yes, definitely deserves a spot. I feel like that needs to just blast right through the shield. Of course it doesn't. It doesn't. Stay out of the air. Stay out of the air. You know, I'm bad to go sailing through the air. Sailing. Well-placed grenade. Well placed. my shoot. I feel like it should do a little bit of a shield. Lark, happy Halloween. Yes, we need to celebrate with Mayhem later, Havoc, after dinner. We need just to go in and have a blast in Mayhem. Loki at number 8. Pennywise the Clown at number 7. Pennywise the Clown. Frightening. Pennywise was absolutely frightening. Brad, you're absolutely making your character sing. I mean, it's worthy of a Russian ballet. It's worthy of a Russian ballet. So good. Thank you, thank you.
Guardian, down. Guardian down.
Ah, ship the skiff turret. Stay out of the air, Ransom. Stay out of the air. Lark, happy Halloween to you. Reloading, reloading. I'm out of ammo. I want better stun abilities on this weapon. Because I feel like it just doesn't do enough.
Guardian down.
Now, is there any heavy? No, not an ounce, not an iota. Nada. Retrofit escapade. I'm a fan. I am a fan of this weapon. I feel like this is one of the grandmasters where you can have some fun, you know, as they're going for you. Woo-wee. All right. Pennywise, yes. The It remake recently and the It original TV series, Pennywise, horrific. So scary.
Guardian down.
Now remember, this Guardians was pulled forward from Destiny 1. I was just recently in this inside of Destiny 1, you know, and it's a tough one in Destiny 1, and it's tough here. It is tough here.
Guardian down.
Oh, they got, how did that get me? Resilient shock rifle, those curvy, it was a curvy arrow. You know, and I wasn't even down here. I was not down here. I was up top. Chat, everyone join me later this evening after I have my dinner break because I love to go through Mayhem and just have a big time. So many exotics, so many. You know, if I needed exotics, it would be, this is a gold mine. It's a gold mine of exotics. A big shout out to Shanu and Brad. Let's go to the tower. We're going to finish up. Pennywise at number 7. Palpatine at number 6. Emperor Palpatine. We all know him. Yeah, you're hated, Palpatine. You're hated. Sauron, number 5. I don't think Sauron deserves to be that high up. It was just a big eye. Sauron, you were a big eye. Now, you had legions working for you, but he was a big eyeball. Thanos, number 4. We all know the finger snap. We all know the jeweled glove. Not the Michael Jackson jeweled glove, the Thanos from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 4. Number 3, someone I talked about earlier. This is the ranker list. Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal, several of his own movies. A spooky, scary, evil villain. Evil. Number 2 is one of my all-time favorites. Unused curvy bullets. Yes. I want guns with curvy tracking bullets. Number 2 on the list, the ranker list, is Darth Vader. I love to hate Darth Vader. You know, Darth Vader's theme music, Darth Vader's presence, James Earl Jones doing the voice. Darth Vader, you've just got it going on. When Star Wars relaunched, I am going to say that, you know, like, tears came to my eyes when Darth Vader, you know, when we got to see him again. It's like, wow, Darth Vader? Yes, yes. I mean, a few seconds of Darth Vader, and I'm thrilled. I am thrilled to see him. Now, I've got a lot of exotics here. I've got a lot of Warden's Law. I don't know what the God roll is on this weapon. I'm not super crazy about Warden's Law, but I will look at these. You know, Shanu and Brad, these guys are pro gamers in Destiny. They probably know the God roll. Number 1, the number 1 villain on this list, and some of you will be happy, some of you will not. Number 1 on the ranker list is the Joker. The Joker. Who would be your number 1? Who would be? Brad Osteo exist? That's true. I mean, but did they really curve and shoot around? I'd have to look at it, Brad. I'd have to look at it. Osteo, I think they just, I think where you're pointing, they get to that direct spot and they might curve a little bit, but it's still straight to where you shoot to. They just take a varied path to get there. But Joker is number 1 on the list. I probably would replace and put Darth Vader. I'm just a fan of Darth Vader. He's from my era. And I have my Star Wars Millennium Falcon. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this is my Star Wars t-shirt. This is not one of my originals. This is a reproduction from much later. But I do have some of my original Star Wars t-shirts from back in the 70s because I've stood in line to get to see Darth Vader. I stood in line at the theater. You know, there were hundreds of people. We got there hours early. We got in line. We got seats. We saw Star Wars. I was shocked, amazed, bewildered, left the theater wondering how they got all those people in space to make that movie. I knew they made the movie. I knew it was a movie. I just didn't know how they made it because I thought they had gone to space. I mean, I really did. I was like, how did they get to space? I don't know. But I want to give a shout out to everyone who joined me today inside of chat for the Halloween countdown, a Halloween broadcast. Brad, Shanu, everyone who played with me, thank you. I'm Ransom Rider, and we're going to come back. I hope to be back this evening, and we'll do a Halloween trick-or-treat mayhem. Put on your best scary costume, your ugliest color shader, and come back for some mayhem where it's all about the fun. It's about the fun. Chat, I am Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Bye. Bye. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Unused, Shanu, thank you so much. Brad, thank you. I will see you guys very soon inside the gaming world.